All right, so you're probably sitting there wondering where the figs are. Well, today I was going to review the Shang-Chi Wave or the MODOK figure, but I don't have those yet. I was hoping to come up on at Walmart, and it's not Sunday, so I can't pull them out of the panel that I hid them in, hopefully that they're still there. But before we get into that, let's talk about some TV Marvel stuff. Did anybody watch the Scarlet Witch show? I tried to watch it. I got into the first episode. I fast forwarded through that. I started on the second episode and I said, you know what, this shit is not for me. I've talked to other people. They said they liked it. They said they hated it. What the fuck did you like about that show? Like, I Dream of Jeannie? God, that's not Marvel to me. God, that sucks. I like stuff that's, similar to the comic books. That show for me was just complete dog shit. I never got through it. Everybody was like, well, wait till the last episode. It'll come through. I shouldn't have to wait till the last episode. Every episode should be good. So I've never seen the last episode. Either way, I'm sure it's still too watered down for me. I kind of like the cartoons better than a lot of these movies just because they're more similar to the comics. And I don't know, that's kind of what I like, even though I haven't read comics since I was a kid, because when I started collecting action figures, I was like, well, I can't afford to do both. So let's stop buying comics and let's start buying figures. And then I watched the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I gotta admit, and you can take this however the fuck you want, I really don't give a shit. I thought the show was pretty good when there was action. When there wasn't action, I just didn't really care too much about the story. I know, of course, you need a little bit of story, but there wasn't enough action to keep me interested until the last episode. The last episode I actually really enjoyed. I thought it was really good. And the whole, the political bullshit, race, white man, black man. You know what? If I want to see that shit, I'll watch the news. I'm coming to here to get away from all that stupid bullshit. Like, could you imagine how annoying it would be if Winter Soldier or anybody, the U.S. agent, kept having to remind you that he's a white man? Like, well, for a white man, come on, man. I'm getting so sick of hearing that shit. So when they have to remind you time and time and time again that the Falcon, the new Captain America, which I absolutely love to death, they have to constantly remind you that he's a black man. I can pretty much tell that you're a black man just by looking at you. If they're doing that for people that are trying to watch the show that can't see, I totally on board. I get your message. I get what you're trying to say. But we're not stupid. We can clearly see that you're a black man. And I think he's killing it as Captain America. And the costume looked very similar to the toy, which I actually really enjoyed that last episode. So because we don't have these figures, I'm going to do something a little bit better. I'm going to show you the teams that I've been putting together for Marvel Legends. I've been cleaning the toy room out. I want to see how many teams I could put together because I have so many figures. And I didn't think I could put this many teams together. When you see their pick and you're like, why did you do this figure? Why did you do that figure? It almost kind of seems like they had a plan. But then it also seems like they didn't have a plan. Some teams that I would really like to see, and let me know in the comments, which I usually don't tell you to do anything in the comments. If you see any teams that I haven't put together, let me know so I can put them together. I think I put together every team that I had the characters to do. Like a lot of these teams, I'm missing like one character or two characters to complete the team. So let me know, and what are the teams that you would like to see. Me personally, I would like to see the Inhumans more than any other team. The Reavers and the Serpent Society, and I'd like to see them finish out the New Mutants, which I started putting that team together, but it's just not quite complete. All right, let's stop with the political bullshit and show you some toys.
It's not the first time I've seen the side of you. I'm through, and now you're walking on such a thin line, and I'm about to lose my nerve when all of this has cost me so much. Now leaving in the dust everything we had, you threw it away, and I have wasted too much love.
All right, so I have a stabilizer for my camera, but I was trying to use that, and that thing just kept going in a weird direction. So I'm gonna just go freestyle. So if it's a little shaky, I apologize in advance. So here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to show you the team. You can try to name it, or you could not try to name it, or you might have turned off the video after I said black man, white man so many times. But if you're still here, we're going to go ahead and walk through the teams. If you haven't named this one by now, it's just the classic Avenger team. One of my favorite teams in my whole entire toy room. Coming around the corner, This is a box set from way back in the day. I'm sure a lot of people either didn't want this or weren't collecting at the time when this thing came out. That's the Young Avengers. This team here. That's the Mighty Avengers. Coming over here, my favorite Avenger team of all time. Absolutely love this. You could have Brother Voodoo in like a suit also, but I also think he wore that in there. Just, God, that just perfect. And just to have that Conan figure and throw him in the team is amazing. That's the Savage Avengers. Over here, I don't need to hear it in the comments. I know that that's the wrong Miss Marvel, and they're supposed to have a Marvel Boy back there. They never made a Marvel Boy. I went ahead and threw him in as a filler. I just really wanted to put this team together. This is the Dark Avengers. Put the bullseye head on there. Basically, it's like a bunch of good guys that turn bad guys, but they're trying to be good guys. You know, something real similar like the Thunderbolts. And over here, got my Ant-Man on top of my War Machine gun. Definitely a pretty cool team. Let me back it up so you can see the whole team. That's the Secret Avengers. I'm not even needing the cheat sheet. I'm just killing it over here. Then over here you have the all new, all different Avengers, and that suit is awesome. Why they didn't give us wings for that, I don't know. Like when the TV one comes out, I might take those wings and maybe drill some holes in the back of that and maybe try to put those wings on it. But I actually think that you're supposed to have like those red wings like that on the back of that, which that would also be cool, but I don't have an extra set of those red wings. I do have an extra set of the movie wings, but I don't know if the colors would be right. Enough of the rumbling. That's the all new, all different Avengers. And then over here, this is the all-new Avengers. On that Wolverine, that's the old one. I just went and bought 3 of the more modern Wolverines for that one. All right, I gotta jump around up on ladders and stuff, so bear with me here. I didn't want to cut the video up because then you'll just think that I took the same characters out of these teams to build other teams, so I wanted to do this all unedited for you can see how many teams I actually put together at the same time. And then up here, I'm sure you know what this team is. It's the X Factor. I know that's the Wolfsbane. That's as good as I can do, boys. Like, you know, like I do have some wolves from like Marvel Select Wolverine that I could throw in there and just have her as a straight up wolf, but I had that. I thought that, you know, it kind of works, and until they make one for this team and this costume, that's kind of the best I can do. And then over here you have the extension team, which that's actually really kind of a cool team. It's nice that you just, you know, when you're sitting there and going, oh, that's why they made her. I know that Colossus is probably not the right Colossus for that team, but I used all the Colossuses that I had. And right here you have an X-Men team. One of my favorite teams, the blue team. And then, of course, next to that, you have another X-Men team, which is the gold team. Like these two all used to be in the same team. Then the team got too big, and they split it up to 2 teams. And then over here, everybody keeps screaming that we need a Banshee. Well, you could get a Banshee. I don't know how much that one is on eBay, but I'm sure he's really expensive, but he's going to go down really cheap because we all know that they're going to remake that Banshee. I just hope that they make a Siren too while they're at it. Although they could make it out of the same mold, but that's an easy repaint for them. So that's the giant size cover. Then up here, you all know who that is. I don't know how many people got it. Let me try to get you all of them in there. That's the Wrecking Crew. Love that bad guy team. Then you have another X-Force team. Or not another, the first X-Force team. They're remaking that Domino, which that Domino works perfectly for that team. Actually is like perfect. Like you can find a picture with her in there. And then you have Feral, which That's my 5-inch ferrule, but until they make a ferrule, and I'm sure they will remake a ferrule, that's the best they can do for that. Then you have the Uncanny X-Force team, which I probably have too many players in there at the same time, but I really didn't know what else to do. It's like, I didn't really have enough to build 2 different versions of this team, so I kind of just crammed everybody into one team. Then another one of my favorite teams, this box set. Everybody's saying that they should remake this box set. Well, you could actually go on eBay and buy the box set, although it would cost you about $300, but if you wanted it really bad, it would be right there. It kind of makes it scary to buy anything on eBay because they're going to remake everything. Everything that's expensive, they just seem to remake. And then over here, you have the Astonishing X-Men. Give you a look at that. I put that Kitty Pryde in there. I have the other Kitty Pryde. It just kind of seemed like that costume worked a little bit better. Let me get down off of my chair here. Sorry for the move it around. And get you back over there. That team right there. Let me try to get the camera in here. That's the champions. I guess they could be a little bit closer together for they actually look like a team. Iceman, Hercules, Angel, Ghost Rider, Black Widow. Everybody knows that team. Guardians of the Galaxy. Coming over here, have the first Thunderbolts team. I know that that's the wrong Agent Venom, but they never made a red one, so that's the one that I'm gonna go ahead and display. Then you have my West Coast Avengers team, which I know that that's the best I could do for the Ant-Man guy, but it kind of works. This team, I just wanted to put those characters in some kind of a team. Then you have another Thunderbolts team, which I actually really like that. That's pretty much complete. There's another Thunderbolt team, and I really hope that they make all the characters out for I can pull out that Songbird and put her in that team instead of this team. I think that would work either way. No introduction for this team. I'm sure everybody has at least 3 versions of that. You could probably build 3 different of those teams. The Fantastic Four. Never got the Mirror. She's the one that we all really need, really want. Finally got to put an Alpha fight together. Definitely digging that. Hold on, let me move my hand on the camera frame. Try to get a little bit better angle on that. I know I'm jumping around. I'm sorry. Then you have the Defenders team. Definitely like that set. And you have another Defenders team. Then you have the New Mutants. And this is what I'm saying, like when they did that single pack and they put the 3 different heads in there for you could have 3 different characters, that's the kind of shit that I wish that they would redo. Like you could take that same Wolfsbane figure, put her in a different costume and have her for a different team. And there's so many figures that they could do that with. I don't know why they're just not doing repaints, because they love doing repaints more than any company out there. So I don't know why they don't do more repaints where we could complete more of these teams. Everybody knows that this team is the Sinister Six. Another perfect case is the Doc Ock. He's supposed to be in a purple suit, not a green suit, at least for this team lineup. But I don't know why they'll never give us a purple one. But if they did, that would be really cool to have that and put the purple one in that suit. Then you have the Invaders. You basically have like a Human Torch in there and then a robot like Torch character in there. You got Bucky back there, that old school one. Makes for a really cool team. Over here, I'm sure you all know who that one is. Evil Brotherhood of Mutants. Definitely digging that. And then this team, I know that Rogue is slightly the wrong costume, but it's close enough, and that Wolverine's wrong. That's another one where I ordered the right Wolverine and the right costume, so I'll replace them. I have the Uncanny Avengers. And I'm going to replace that Iron Man with that other Iron Man whenever I get them. That's the Illuminatis. And then these aren't teams, but I put them together. I'll go ahead and show them to you anyways. This is the Age of Apocalypse X-Men. Hopefully they're going to make another set for that. If they make one more good set, they could pretty much round out like the whole roster, at least all the characters that you actually cared about. Some figures that I never asked for, but they put them together and they actually look pretty cool together. The House of X. I know the lighting might not be that great on that. And then over here, the House of M. That's pretty much it. If you guys are still here, thanks for watching.